That's right, we're in the garage. Anyway, look what we've got. Yeah, I know, I've got my supplies here and my bench, and yeah, don't look at that. Um, well, hey, at least you know I've got PPE and some other projects on the side. But yeah, the shelves. Look at the shelves. Oh, by the way, this is Benjamin Builds and Games. Was AKA the Easter Bunny, but I changed it up because I want it to actually be accurate a little bit. Anyway, so these are the shelves. They've got some overhang here so that things don't fall off the shelves. Got some nails in there, not screw heads because nail heads look nicer, and it's been glued. There was an issue actually where I think it was this one. Make the camera follow my hand, please, Mr. Me. So this was pulling away. The glue actually wasn't working because of the amount of distance the nail was, and the wood wanted to bend away. So what I ended up doing was getting a hacksaw blade and just cutting through to about here. The nail was actually coming out anyway because of the actual bend in the wood. So I took it out, cut further down the glue. I filled it in with more glue, put a longer nail in, and it still was trying to pull away from that length. I didn't want to have more than one nail in, and there was already a hole. So what I ended up doing is trying to clamp it and failing, so I put a screw through. Oh, it was that one. Anyway, so I put a screw through to hold it in place, because this will be against the wall, not being seen. And then that split, of course. So what I ended up doing was filling that with glue and clamping that way just before that glue solidified it against the surface that was now split. So it worked out, and it's all going to be hidden in there. But yeah, these are the shelves. These holes are for the fittings. I picked these ones because they're really, really good holding to plasterboard, much better than quite a lot of other things. They hold a lot of good weight, and the hole doesn't have to be too big. They're better than the butterfly ones that some people like. You can feasibly take these back out or reuse them. You can actually take the screw out and put it back in holding something else. So in a way, they're that bit better. Also, some of them you can get, they have a thing at the end where the end actually breaks into it or breaks out of it if applied to the wrong amount of pressure. But where I got these, they're actually attached, the actual end that has the thread that they go into, instead of being able to be broken in or broken out with pressure. So in the past I've found that when I try and screw these into the plasterboard, the thread actually pushes against that and it pops out, and then they're actually unusable. And that's interesting because when you're screwing into a hard surface, or what you would imagine would be a hard surface, it's natural to put pressure through, and I found that to be an issue. So these are going to be a lot better than some of the other ones I've used that are like this, with the different ends. But yeah, so there's 6 of these. So I put sunk holes in the back of each of these. They're sunk so that the head should be below on each. But yeah, they're good and solid shelves with a nice wooden fascia. Out of scrap, no less. Hiding the parts that are not so good, because the wall will be here and here, because it will be in a corner. So you'd have to get your head inside this tiny gap to be able to see that, or you'd need a mirror and a light. And the screws are all hidden here. The screws to attach the bottom are hidden by the underneath piece of MDF that I stuck on each of these. You can see it from this side. I stuck the MDF from part of the actual original bookshelf on the bottom, having to cut them to size. So there is screws on the top. I could have put MDF on the top, but I didn't want to, because I preferred this to, hang on, let's actually have a look, to the equivalent of MDF. I know it looks similar, but the surface texture is very different, and I just don't like MDF. I really don't. And having to attach it, I actually had to clean up the edges after I'd done it, and there's still some bits that aren't perfect, which are going to be insanely hard to see because they're underneath. But basically, I didn't want to have to put MDF on the top and have to clean it up and make it look awesome. So I'm just willing for the screw heads to be sunk in and visible. But it's going to be on a wall, and it's going to be hard to get up there anyway and have a look. So, yeah. There they are, my shelves. Out of scrap. The 2 lengths going up are the sides of a cupboard door that I've cut to size and used. And the shelves themselves, the triangle pieces, were used out of side of a... That looks weird at that angle. Looks like it's... Anyway, I have measured it. The gaps are perfect for the frames that the person I'm giving it to wants to use. And the wooden front fascia and everything. Oh, I really like them. And they seem very rigid and strong. So I'm going to go and try and see if I can get these fitted. Okay. It's good because he's an individual guy and he's bubbled with me and Jason. So lockdown rules being adhered to there. Anyway. My shelves, my wonderful shelves, go and be shelves instead of just the ornament that you seem to be at the moment. Oh yeah, workbench. Lots of things. A lot of this is going to end up being moved and stuff. This is all kind of some things like that's a project. Those are resources, got projects everywhere, things that I'm bringing in and resources, so it's a little bit of a working mess. But I know where everything is. I don't lose things. And it does have organization. Anyway, so yeah, there are my shelves. See you next time. I've got to do a video on the coffee table yet. Please look at that one because it's coming along. See ya. Bye.